glad that you're here. Today we're going to talk about why more customers are bad for you. And yes, I said the right thing. Why more customers are bad for you. So stick with me here because I have a reason why I'm saying this, and you'll want to stick around until the end because I explain it, and you'll start to see what tweaks you can make in your business to ensure that you don't end up in the traps that a lot of people end up in when they're looking for more customers. So if you like this kind of content on how to grow your business, hit subscribe so that you can get and turn on notifications so you can get notified of my next video, and hit the like button if you enjoy this video. I'm sure you will, so just hit that like button in advance. And I do love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know in the comments when something resonates with you. You're like, Jacqui, that was so powerful. It really does help me when you put it in the comments, because then I know how to make more content that you're going to enjoy and you're going to find more value in. So right now, let's get to it. So let's just say, let me start by the way asking you a question. How much money do you want to make in your business per month? What number would work for you? 50,000, 500,000, a million, 5 million? What number are you working towards? Because if I use an example where somebody is working towards, say, 500,000 per month, and they have a business selling, let's say, household items. So they sell household items, and the average household item that they're selling is about 2,000 bob, which means, and I did the math for you in advance, so that means that this person can make 500,000 shillings by either selling an item for 2,000 shillings to 250 people, or selling an item worth 5,000 shillings to 100 people. That still helps you get to the goal of 500,000, right? So if you're looking at more customers, that's 250 people. To manage this is a lot more work than 100 people. Would you agree? So that means that if you need support staff, so if you need customer support, 250 people are likely, they're people who are going to ask you questions. You're going to have a dedicated person who can answer their questions. So you need to hire more people to do customer support. And if you want to do it at a good standard, you need to make sure that people are responded to faster. So that means you can't afford to be responding 2-3 days later. So you need more people in customer support, both on email, on social media, and every channel. If you have calls coming in, you need more people in customer support. You also need somebody who can organize the logistics, like the delivery, coordinate, make sure everything is delivered, that the right colors are selected and all that. You need somebody who can actually coordinate that. Now, if you're a solopreneur, you're probably the one who does that, and it's taxing. So while you're dealing with a smaller number of customers right now, if you're going after more customers, then you end up having more problems where you now have to hire a team, you have to hire more people to help you deliver in order for you to achieve your goal. Another thing is people also do ask for refunds. Like, it happens naturally where somebody buys something and it's not the thing that they wanted, it doesn't go with what they wanted, or their expectations were different and they want a refund, and that's fine. Now you have to deal with refunds, you have to deal with a lot of issues that will come out of that. So more customers will mean more issues that you have to deal with to get to your 500,000. You have to provide more options for stocks. So you want to increase the SKUs, or the units of items, the different items, different colors, different sizes, different fabrics, different patterns, so that you can be able to give the 250 people who are buying from you variety, because more people means there'll be more differences within those people. So now you need to increase your stock holding, which means you need to increase warehousing and storage and insurance and everything else that comes with that. So it's going to be less profitable for you to sell to more customers. Would you agree? Now you can make the same 500,000 shillings with less customers. Right here. Less customers, make the same amount of money, have less headaches of people you have to deal with in terms of support and refunds and all that, and logistics and delivery. You have optimized your costs, because when you're dealing with less customers, you can optimize your costs better, especially where your margins are higher. So remember, when I said more customers are not good for you? Yeah, sometimes it's not a good thing to have more customers. Sometimes it's actually a good thing to sell to the people who are already buying from you, to upsell to them and increase the value of that customer, the lifetime value. That's why you'll hear terms like LTV being thrown around, because LTV is lifetime value. How much are you making out of that one customer that you already got to buy from you? And if you've given them a good service, if you've given them a good product, they're going to buy from you, and it's going to be easier for you to convince them. And you don't even have to pay anybody to convince them or to reach them or to tell them about your offer, because guess what? You have their number, you have their email, you've got their contact, they've bought from you. They're more open to buying from you again and again and again. Look at companies like Apple. How did they become successful? I remember my experience with Apple. I never wanted an Apple phone. Back then, I used to use Samsung. And then I got convinced to buy a Mac. And let me tell you, I bought that Mac, and suddenly I now ended up buying an Apple phone and then Apple TV. So they got me with one thing, and it was easier for them to sell me onto other products that they also had, because they delivered on the one thing that I bought from them to start with. So it's the same thing with your customers. They buy something from you. How can you upsell to them so that you increase the average cut value of each customer and the average lifetime value of each customer? So don't always look for getting more customers into your business. Also consider, how do you increase the value of this customer so that they buy more from you, so that you can reach your financial goal with the same number of customers, right? Now, the catch is if you're churning less. Like, churn is the number of people who are not buying from you. If the number of people who are not buying from you keep increasing, that's what the churn rate is. So you churn customers, meaning customers go away, whether they move away, whether they stop needing your product. Maybe you are serving pregnant moms, now she's had a baby, so she's no longer buying from you. So churn will happen naturally. So you do have to find a string to get in customers to make up for those who won't come back or those who won't buy from you. But you're able to deliver such much better service with a few number of customers if your financial goal is, say, like in that case, 500,000. So you don't always have to go after more customers, right? And another thing that I see a lot of people, a lot of business owners, and maybe even for you, it's the same thing, not knowing how much money you're actually making in your business. So you've discovered that you buy products, let's say you buy goods for 2,000 shillings, you're buying that product for 2,000 shillings, you're selling it for 3,000, and you think you're making 1,000. You're not making 1,000. By the time you remove things like taxes, by the time you remove things like delivery, maybe sourcing, like your time, where do you think your salary is going to come from? If you don't factor it in, it will never be paid. So that 1,000 shillings that you think you're making, you might discover later when you add all the costs. If you have equipment you had to buy, the cost of that equipment has to be included in each price, each product that is sold as a result of that equipment existing. So if you bought a machine, the cost of that machine has to be paid for by everything that machine produces. Insurance, if you have insurance for that machine, it has to be paid for by the goods. So I find a lot of people not really knowing how to calculate how much money they really are making. So while they're trying to get more customers to serve, if they're not profitable because they don't know how much they're really making, it means that they're on a race to get broke. Because with every customer they're selling to, they're going at a loss. And that's why you find a lot of the times you've worked so hard, you've sold so much, you're so tired, and you still can't pay your own salary. So sometimes more customers is not a good thing. It's good for you to look and say, how much am I really making? What are all my costs? If you go for a meeting in order for you to procure the best items, or you had to make a trip for you to procure the best items, or hire somebody to clear goods for you, all those costs have to be included in each item that you're selling. And then don't forget your salary. Because if there's nothing left over for you or for your business, for you to put back into your business, not just to buy goods, but to expand, maybe to open up a website, maybe to do Facebook ads, to reach more people, that money has to come from every unit that you sell, has to incorporate that cost. So if you're not sure how much that is, how much you're actually making, you might end up being broke while you're making money and never reaching your financial goals. Can I hear an amen? Like, is there somebody who's watching this who's like, oh my goodness, Jacqui's talking about me? I know, because I've been there. That's how I know. Because I've been there, not realizing that how the amount of money I used to spend going for meetings, doing all this, sourcing all this, the amount of time and all these other costs that I wasn't really factoring in, salaries of people who are supposed to be included in the product. Then maintenance. If we go back to equipment, you've got this equipment, it has to be maintained. You need to periodically buy spare parts. Your car, if you're using it to go for meetings or to deliver, has to be maintained, has to have insurance. That has to come from your business if you're using it for business purposes. So a lot of the times we don't calculate all this, and then you work on getting more customers, but you're actually working to serve people at a loss, and you know where that leads to. So I don't want that to happen to you. If you want me to help you actually understand how to structure your pricing, how to structure your offer so that it's more profitable, so that when you increase the number of people who then know about your business and who are buying from you, you're actually increasing it at a profit that makes it worth your while being in business. So if you want to do that, I'll include a link below where you and I can have a conversation, book time, and we can talk about your business and what it is that you do and how it is that I can help you get to that financial goal that you're looking at achieving for your business. Because the money is with your customers. You don't need funding. There's this fallacy that in order for you to start a business, you need capital. No, you need a good idea and you need to be resourceful. Sometimes you may not even have the money to buy the goods, but you can find a way to make it beneficial for somebody else to give you the goods, and then you pay them at the end of the day or at the end of the week, or some other arrangement that enables you to get what it is that you want and still be able to slowly grow and achieve your goal. A lot of businesses are made that way. It's not that they had to get this huge funding. Funding comes in later. That's why you notice that banks rarely fund startups, because they expect you to actually get customers and show that there is demand for what it is that you're providing before they then put their money in you and trust you that you're going to be able to deliver more. So in that case, work with what you have. Find a way to get your customers to pay you for the value you're going to provide. Build up, show that you can grow a business. And then you'll have people knocking on your door asking to give you money. And then you probably wouldn't even need it. Right? So yeah, let me know if this resonates with you. Let me know in the comment section, because I'm really excited to hear what you think about that. And yeah, those moments that you've had where you're like, because I know for sure you're there. I know you're there where you're thinking, man, I work so hard. I do so much. Why am I still broke? Why am I struggling? When the machine breaks down, why can't I repair it? There's no money to repair it. Why is it that I can only pay bare minimum, but I don't seem to be growing? I'll show you how, and I'll show you how to get out of that and actually get yourself unstuck and grow your business. So I look forward to talking to you. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I would wonder why you haven't already. I'm sure you've gained something from this channel, from this video. So hit that subscribe so you get notified when the next video comes. And like this video as well. Show support and help the algorithm. Show it to more people who need to hear this message and learn from it, so they can avoid making the same mistakes that I talk about in this video, and they can also help grow their businesses faster. So thanks for that, and I appreciate you. Have an awesome rest of the day, afternoon, evening, depending on what time you're watching this, and I will see you at the next video. Ciao. Oh, and watch the next video. I'll put it up on the screen actually, so you can also watch the next video, and it's gonna be just as useful as this one. So see you.